Okay. The Shliach Tzibur Yaman can continue to look higher Amos. The Shliach Tzibur should wait until the moving of 4 Amos, or enough to walk 4 Amos. She asked them to come with the spell because that she go back to his place to pray in a loud voice. From the Tribus Rajba, Sim Taflam above. Similarly, as a person is praying alone, he should stand in the place where he finishes the steps, because he shears that like this amount, Kodim Shiach, and come for going to this place. In the base Yosef B'Shem Raveni Yerucham Yerushalmi. Yaakov Shem Espal, a single person is praying in the congregation. The Zim to be also called him Shliach Tzibur to finish his prayer before the Shliach Tzibur. Also the house of the Panav. The Tzibur is also to turn his face to the congregation. Actually, Yisayim Shliach Tzibur to lost until the Shliach Tzibur finishes his prayer. This one the Beit Yosef B'Shem Shiva Halakha. V'chein Yaakov the verse says, "V'abach Olech Posik the Bach argues and Paskins. Then Kilab Mispal v'Yechidi the Beiso the Mispal and the Tzibur. There's no difference between if he's prays in his house alone to praying with the congregation. El v'chol gam nitzarach lishkos kefi shir sheyagia shliach tzibur. Now that each time he has to pray, he has to wait enough enough time that the shliach tzibur reach the kedusha. Walk upon him ad sheyasko shliach tzibur kol ram until at the very least until the shliach tzibur would have been reached in a loud voice. In Moshe Tzarech has the spell unless he has to go repeat his prayer. Shenis the Tashlumin, a second prayer for Tashlumin. To Ozla Kuli Yom Madai de Hilach Haram is done according to everyone, so not just 4 Amos. The Hakol Yudim Shech Hazarasu who is spell Shenis because everyone knows that the reason why it's going back is because he wants to pray again. And Miko Macham Macham Akakish the Hakol after the Daiba Harvamos, and still, even in pressing need, then there's to be Mekali. That even in this you could do 4 Amos. I guess even in a normal case, not when it's not a Tashlumin. This one is Echayim. Also, the Hasu, it's also to return, to turn your face to the congregation. I know Abel Pisha is not in Omid Makam Shekolo Fisios, even though he's still standing in the place he finished his steps. Lo Yasir Fano Latiba shouldn't turn his face to the congregation. The Hainu Latzad Mar, which means the west, Kolzman should look him, which still as long as the Tzibur hasn't finished his prayer. He Yigrom Bezdash Bitzel to Kavanah of them Ispalim is going to cause this destroying of the Kavanah to the people who are davening. This is from the Taz. The Tam Sheni Magan Ram, the second reason from the Magan Ram B'Shem Malavush, Vayamach Shekel look at Mach the Shekel. The Gam Shias Shadu Shadilig, and also they're going to suspect him that he skipped something. But the Indian and wrote to the Chaz and the Makom in regards to if he wants to go back to his place. We've already explained that he needs the chafila to wait until he gets the shliach tzibur to its kedusha. But walk upon him at shliach tzibur at the very least until the shliach tzibur starts. And the last one from, if we're going back to this place, is from the Ephraim. Okay, Gimel. Oh, actually, I missed one. Berura. Until Shliach Tzibur completes. Mashma is that the Kibbutz the Shliach die, that once he finishes it's enough. Even if the majority of the congregation is still standing in prayer, you could turn your face around. So the Shliach Tzibur is enough. Meaning the feet time Rishon, behold, according to the first reason, Shatat the Mishnah Berurah, the copy in the Mishnah Berurah, who may attach not from the Taz, near the Yish Lahachim B'Zaysh, there seems he should be machim about this if the majority is still praying. Well, the Tam Sheni Mutter, according to the second reason, it will be Mutter. L'chei Mashma Primigodin, Prince Mashlam Primigodin, and the Maisa Yish Lahachim B'Zaysh, and the Maisa Yish Lahachim B'Zaysh, this after the Shliach Tzibur is already done, can you turn around if the majority of the congregation is still praying? When you take the steps back, it said first moves the left foot first. Go a little bit side the left akiv, and the measure for these steps at the very least should be enough that you should put the thumb of the foot until the next to the heel. Shouldn't take big steps. Yosef Mizam more than this. This one the base Yosef B'Shem Orchus Chaim. The Fiat Tam Shekasa Beis Yosef, and according to the reason he says it in Beis Yosef, the Shalosh Yosef Shem Rav Hai, the 3 steps in the name of Rav Hai. Chila. Mishnah Berurah says the mistama occurred in this kara the yamina. Similarly, the man's going to uproot his right foot first. L'chein oker kam the small foot. Therefore, here we uproot your left one. The marik the house for showing by himself ki ilu cover the level of left arm in a makam as if it's hard for him to leave from Hashem. V'ayim v'erlacha look at merlacham. V'hinei seder shalosh b'shiyot eluhu. The order for these few steps is techila yafsil b'reglas. More first you should take the step with the left foot. B'siyah katana, a short step back. V'kaf yafsil b'shal yam b'siyah gadol. And afterwards take a long step with the right foot. V'kaf yafsil b'small b'ofen shiyah regul shav. And afterwards take a step with the left foot, and whether the steps should be equal. This is from the Shami Tshuva v'chayadam. V'ayim v'erlacha look at the berura osva. Kadeshi, the one that he should be. He should be able to give. What was this? I mean, he should be able to give the foot to the thumb to the heel. Come up Pesias Kohanim like the Pesias of the Kohanim Mishnah Berurah says. The steps of the Kohanim. This is New York Kayim. Bishas says all the time this is doing the service. Shayim Mahalchim Malkiv said, we'll go to Google, then they would walk with their heels next to their thumbs with their toes. Because the Magen Ram, the Magen of Ram writes, this is from Yam Mordechai by Graz. Also, the Mordechai and the Graz also hold like this shita. The Pachos Mishir Zed, the left in the shear, Ein Aleh Hashem Siyag Klal. It doesn't have a measure of a step at all if you take the left in these steps. Ein Lahakal Filu Makam Tzar V'Dach can be made even for places very short, thin, and narrow and pressing. Each Makilim Bacham. In fact, those that are making even a pressing need to take smaller steps. This is from the Shari Kansel Gedola, where Zerua Magnu Giburim, Kaim Bishit Beshitas Abach, and Magnu Ber's coming Beshitas Abach. You can make them look on the fact. But Dafka Adam Omid Afro is only the person behind him, Ain't him spell is not davening. Now, because you spell when the guy behind him is dominating the whole family, Ain't little so but most of it there isn't for him to take a step into its 4 amos. Canal Bastim Cafes, it says in 7 cafes. Lechatili, you should say, you shouldn't take 2 big steps. Listen, there are ma in a medukta. The language there ma is not medukta. The heavy. Okay. The Havalei the Chlichtov Blushing Yeshom, they should have right in the language of the Yeshom, this from the Prima Gadim. The Hacholik al Mechaber, because they're arguing about the Mechaber, the Spirale, the Cholapachos, that holds at the very least. And Mashon, the Besias Gati Yosrat, and says Mashon, the big steps would be good if you take massive steps. And the Hago is saying the Yeshomim that you shouldn't take big steps. Lo Yefsi, you shouldn't take 2 big steps. The tefillas connected to meeting with teknum because the tefillas are opposite the Talmud have been set up. This is from the Darkei Moshe. Umein and Domi the Kohanim v'Abodas similar to the Kohanim in their service. L'chein lo yifsa b'siyos gazio, so therefore you shouldn't take big steps more. But the mafsik keras ben lefnei melch. Further, it looks like you're running from the king. L'chein pasuk b'ach derech chaim, similarly pasuk the bach on derech chaim. When takes the first steps, I'm Mishnah Berurah, and Tam look at Mishnah Berurah the reason. To whom I am Magen Avraham, son of Magen Avraham. Because of Magen Avraham, Magen writes, the Fizak went to this, eat the regular lefty, Yaakov Tchila has the small, he should first uproot his left, Shugiyam into Am, which is really the right of everyone else, because his right is actually his left. There's another reason. Behupa Gam came Bataz, and it's also brought also in the Taz. The Lefiza in Chilik ben Italy in Ita. According to that reason, there's no difference between a lefty or non-liberal lefty. Mochain cost of a Berahita, similar right to Berahita. Achain, Hachayon of Agraz, over the Bachayon of Agraz, Hestiku as a Tam Rishna, every copy over the first reason, Shalom Magen Avraham, of the Magen Avraham, Ubi Nishtana Adin, and by a lefty we change the din, Ukmoshe Kasam, as we said, as we wrote. So, depending on the reason. Bashir Basios, in the measure of the steps, in the Indian Seder of Shalosh Basios, in regards to the order of 3 steps, I mentioned Muluk Bishmar Savkan Yud Gimel, and similarly, one small step, and one big step, and one small step. Who may archos gamet me archos kaim. But after being a menorach, even though the bein anoah suffered the kolpasios who may not stay recline. That's only from the moving of the 2 feet. Okay. Well, the who tzarach la'asus open. Then according to him, you have to do it in this way. Yifsot tchila regel small. First, you take the left foot, take a step. And afterwards, take a step on the right. Umamidu b'shava im small, and put it equal to the left. Then nachshav b'psiyach. This would count as one step. V'chein yasa shalosh pam. Do this 3 times. V'hechliku fine. Oh, so 3 times. Strengthen him. In his words, and his bottom of prima godam. The stone came still. I didn't say the stam like this, and say it like simply like this. And from because many akrom tiku was the Arachas Chaim, copy of the Arachas Chaim, halach for halacha. Halohema aren't they the lavush, silver kabasa the lavush, apostles hold like him. The Basiya who may nas regal echad, and Basiya is the moving of 1 foot. Machain the Shari Chuba, and some of the Shari Chuba, Shema Birke Yosef, the name of the Birke Yosef, and then three movements of 1 step. Instead of 3 movements of 1 leg, not 3 movements of 2 legs. Machain the Shari Chuba, B'Shema Birke Yosef, the Shari Chuba in the name of the Birke Yosef, Chayadim, V'Tiku Allah, and the Kapir of Allah. Machain the Grab B'Sim, and some of the Grand Simon, Divri Hamaskal Bashir, and the Divri Hamaskal Bashir. Had to Gamkain Lashon Hamu Barachas Chaim. Also copy over the language is brought in the Barachas Chaim. She'elu B'Siyos Sar Shiyum Akav B'Tzai. Small goal of these steps have to be heel to thumb, foot, big toe. The good of B'Tzai Akav and thumb, big toe to heel. B'Kakohanim B'Kakohanim. V'Yadua D'Zeh Shalosh Haloshin Mor Al Hanas Regel Echad. It's known that language rule is like shows about that he means moving 1 foot counts as a step. Moshe Kostav Alef. Hamuda says about Hamuda says himself. Okay, Dalid. Misha Motiv Al Sholos P'tios Havi Yehura. The one who adds in these 3 steps is considered Hani. Shanir Shu Choli Kavan Shlina Yosem Mishaviniel. It seems like he's showing more honor to the Shlina than other people. Hey. Even the Shtil Tzibur has to take 3 steps when he's praying and quietly. When he go repeats the prayer, in a loud voice, he wouldn't have to redo this, take these 3 steps. To go back and retake the 3 steps. This is Nagav. If he only didn't pray in a low voice, just in a loud voice, then he would take 3 steps after his prayer, which is in a loud voice. This one have a drum. That's interesting. In the loud voice, he would not have to take the steps back. The Zoma follows the seal Kaddish, then he can rely on the steps of the Kaddish, therefore he doesn't have to take a step back now. He's going to say Kaddish, and at the end of the Kaddish, he take the steps back. This Kaddish is Afar Balantium, which is after Balantium, Evolution. Apple be Shemosika Makriyash, sorry, even though there's a separation between Kriyash Torah, a Halav, a Vinu Makenu, we're saying Halav and Vinu Makenu. Google is saying, all of them are coming from the order of prayer. When Kaddish shall Ephraim, when Kaddish after the Choser, Ikral, it's Vilas Shmonesh, is going, main thing going on the Shmonesh, this one's Mustache. Mekan Medaktiku, from this in Medaktig, Archonim, the English Dale Tzibur, the Damar Beni eventually, the Beni Uhene Besikla, that he shouldn't speak, the Dale Tzibur shouldn't speak in between. Shlomo Yan is feeling off the topic of prayer. This from the Prisha and the Prima God. Yeah, Kaddish goes around. Let's feel because Kaddish goes back about prayer. The Chazir to go back. The Imbal of Soa Gama for Tvilah Shmonasri. If he wants to take steps even after the Tvilah Shmonasri, in the close of Yadish and protest in his hands to make those steps, he could do it if he wants. This is from the Radbaz who were on his brother and Rafonim. He takes 3 steps. The Metchila, Tzarech L'Tzol, that originally has to take those steps. Uli Pater Al Atachanunim, Shashalatman, and to believe himself about the Tachanunim which said about himself. We go on the Kaddish. So, for example, the Kaddish. So after a Kaddish, and afterwards he needs after the Kaddish, Al Tfilah Shem Shei Spal Be'ad Tzibur, for the prayer which he's prayed with his congregation. So when he has to take the 3 steps for his prayer, and then later he has to do 3 for the congregation's prayer, but I guess the congregation would very good wait till Kaddish. This one is Voshna Magen Avram, and the Pri Megadim, I guess. Kind of blanked out. Okay. The Shiyasu Zil symbol is in Tefillah when the Shliach repeats the prayer Yomer Gam Kein Hashem Zefasei Tiftach. Should also say Hashem Zefasei Tiftach. Avain Omer Besof Tefillah Yularasim, but doesn't say at the end of the prayer Yularasim. This one is the Vayasmo and in the Birkei Yosef B'Shem Ol Moed. Ein Omer, he doesn't say the Somin Tal Tiskabel. He relies on the Tiskabel to Lo Som Shamar Besof, which is said at the end, and therefore he doesn't have to say Yularasim. Okay, Ubeshla Katz Zoma Yularatim Nashlas, you should say Yularatim, and because of Gra, the words of Shlar Ikra, you should be saying Yularatim. That's interesting. After Ziyach is finished, the congregation has finished its prayer. Yafir Shliach Tzibur Tefillah, the Shliach Tzibur should repeat the prayer. There's someone doesn't know how to pray. You have in the Mashal Omer to intend with what he's saying. Yotze b'Bon v'Yotze with them. But Torah calls us as Yotze b'Tefillah. Need that person that's Yotze with Tefillah Shliach Tzibur of the Shliach Tzibur. The Chav in the full Mashal Omer to intend with everything which he says. Shliach Tzibur, the Shliach Tzibur, Rosh Hashanah from beginning to the end. Ve'inu Mafsik, Ve'inu Masiach, and doesn't make a break and doesn't speak. When Posei Shal and takes 3 steps, La'achov K'adam from Hashem Esbel, like someone is praying himself. She knew there doesn't know. Aval Habaki ain't no Yotze, but a Baki would not be Yotze. I feel it, but you haven't the Tefillah Shliach Tzibur, the prayer of the Shliach Tzibur. Yes, this is from the Pri Megadim. Well, I feel wish Kisha a Baki, even when he's not a Baki, ain't no Yotze Kiyam Kish B'Yeshusar B'Beis Knesset, only if it's 10 in the Beis Knesset. This one the Beis Yosef and the Pri Megadim. Yechavin is in 10, but Tzarech Yechavin B'Lashon HaKodesh, he has to understand Lashon HaKodesh. This one the Pri Megadim. If not, it doesn't help even if he hears from Shliach Tzibur, calls every word. Aval HaMitzpal B'Atzim B'Lashon HaKodesh, the one that prays by himself, even though in the language of the Lashon HaKodesh. This one the Pri Megadim. Afilu Einam Mechavin Haloshin, even Haloshin doesn't understand Lashon Yotze v'Yotze. But I'm the El Simon Kapal. Look earlier in Simon Kapal, Mishnah Berura, in the Mishnah Berura. The Al Kapanim Birkas Avos, still the Birkas Avos Yir Lahavin Mashu. You should see to understand what he's saying. Find the El Simon Sam Beis. Look earlier in Simon Sam Beis, Mishnah Berura, Sifkan Gimel. In the Mastic doesn't make a separation. Hainu Avilim and Misham and families, even if he hears from the Fiat, will talk that ain't the Kedusha or Baruch, whichever Kedusha or Baruch. The Golshkin that people Anos Baruch Shlomo, for sure, even the answer Baruch Shlomo, you shouldn't be answering. If he's trying to be also the Shliach Tzibur. Avo Amen Al Kol Baruch with the name of each Baruch, he does have to answer. The comments the Vav say later and the Vav, the who shach let's feel because that's applicable to the prayer that he could answer. Yechavin the Berurah says, cause the Magen Avram right, Simon Topkat Tzadi Aleph and some Topkat Tzadi Aleph. In Omrim Piyutim Ein Motzim Yishayin a Baki, that he can't be held to someone's not a Baki with those Piyutim. But the Yefshel the Shema called Piyutim is impossible to hear all the entire Piyutim. Who begin in Hafsik is like a Hafsik. When we come welcome to the Chazal Shliach Tzibur, the Tefillah still the Shliach Tzibur has to repeat the prayer even though no one can be Yotze with that. After Yisrael hears the Piyutim, even when it's the time of saying the Piyutim, Kilo Yamana Levan, because they shouldn't hold back sometimes. She is Kabe, Misha in a Baki Biota with them. Someone that shouldn't, does not a Baki be intended Biota with us. Elish Rachok, who's just, it's just very Rachok. This is from the Prima God. But it's very much like the guy's going to be able to intend the whole time for this beauty. But he still has to do it. V'yotzei v'zebo. Misha savik lo im etzpal shachas. Someone savik if he prayed shachas v'shabbos or Musaf v'chol ha'moed or Musaf v'chol ha'moed. Shekasanu b'sim kavzayim we said in kavzayim the eno yachol chaz v'spal is not able to go back and repray. Mitam the eno yachol chavin zav and zav is not for the reason he's not able to intend this for an adava and sham. Mikom malkom yishtul tekana v'yos shliel tzibur. There is still a takana that should be the shliel tzibur. V'chozar atfil v'shvil ha'takana and they should repeat the prayer because of the takana. Yotinam is suffix and Viyotzi because of the suffix. When we got them, meaning you have to feel that the come to do a loud prayer. Everyone, you have to be a loud prayer in your show. So you can do that, and then he'll get out of the suffix. This one the Prima God. Base. Still Tibur Shenechlet base in essence, the still Tibur is coming to a show, but what's the Tibur Mishmistalu the laugh. She's found the Tibur's already prayed it quietly. And he has to go to in front of the front of the I guess the prayer. Yes, yeah. Alternately, you're the thing. Teva goes in front of the I don't know what the thing in front of the teva. Yeah, he goes to davening place. And Mispal kol Ram davens in a loud voice to tziva for the congregation. The Hinu Yitzorach l'chazil l'spal l'lach doesn't have to go back and repeat in a quiet voice. The Chainim who hagah. And the Chainim who shas the move to person in Kagon Shiyar Shiyav or Zman. Tefillah, for example, is afraid that the time of prayer is going to pass. Yuchel l'spal miyanis the kol Ram is able to pray aloud immediately, right, in a loud voice. And the congregation will pray with him word for word. Lachash quietly, ad lachar kel kodesh until after kel kodesh. V'tov shia achar l'kol apakos shia no main achar hashlil tzibur. There should be at least one that should answer main after the shlil tzibur. This is from the Marion. It's good to have at least one mishnah. Okay. Days. Oh, the tzarach to. This is going on. He has to go immediately. The Abraham, the Achosh Yuchel is Palaf now, there's no one is able to, there's not someone is able to stand up in front of the Amud. Zilaf Machah without this, ain't Nachon Shehu Yispal Lehem Be Bekoram. If not, this is not proper that he should pray for them in a loud voice, I guess, if they're their own minion. This is from the book of Me'achonim. Kimin Shlo Yispal, the Tzilim Halachash Shvilat, didn't pray originally quietly for himself. But Ein Zorach, he doesn't have to redo the prayer. Yosef bought Gambish Latin Joto even for himself. The Kivin de Lacherim who Moses for other people is Moses from the Beit Yosef. Last one came for himself, no, isn't it a full stream? The name is Mishum Katani Amonistim because of someone who has a small trust. Om Mashmir Kol the Tefillah makes his voice heard in prayer. Kimidal Yizeh Chag who also against the Shura pressing he's doing this. Cause of our fun is what right. In Mashlil Sibor is Pal Kavar Balach. Mashlil Sibor already prayed quietly. When his Damilo is Pal Chazar Ashlil Sibor and he captains them that he has to pray, repeat their petition of Mashlil Sibor. Mashlil Sibor Achav for a different congregation. Lo is Pal Balach Pam Shin. He shouldn't pray a second time quietly. He should just do the loud voice. Shas and Kaka person Nigu below Shas and Kaka without a person Nigu give him a Harbi Achonim. Should ask many Achonim be not to do this. This is from the Magen Avraham, the Magen Mordechai, the Magen Avraham, the Shara Achonim. Ki Ikar Tekana Haisa Medina they spell with Tzil Balach Track of Koram. And the main Tekana was to pray first quietly and afterwards in a loud voice. She averaged, prayed the time is going to pass. Perish lo yuchel in March. The Tzibur is not going to finish Kol Shmones, so the whole Shmones will be Baruch Tos Man. Feel within the time of prayer. Ben b'shachas sheyakal is man b'shachas. Whether in shachas the time ends 4 hours. The shuv ein lo schas bills none of that now he no longer has the reward of praying in the prayer in its time. Canal v'sim peitas v'sim peitas. Bem mincha, whether in mincha the average man of the gambler, you can miss the time completely. Hey, master prima gonna surrounds from the prima gonna by my lacha look to bear lacha, but it's more. The im ain ashal the chukla kokach, all the time is impressed so much. This is from the Berhate from the Chayim. Lo yaskil a tzibor rak acher la acher shomer shel tzibor akel kodesh. Then the congregation shouldn't start until after shel tzibor reaches to akel kodesh. The hainu gam nosach a bracha l'dor v'dor. That means they should say with them even the bracha of the language of the dor v'dor. Ad akel kodesh until akel kodesh. Yomer ima shel tzibor mila say with shel tzibor word for word. So now for him. V'tov. Hainu b'she'ena shad the hukah kol kach. It means when the time is to have one person answering, means that when it's not such a pressing need, you could have one guy answering. This is from the Prima Gadam. Rakshi Reim Shema Yavr's mother just a little afraid that the time is going to pass. Avalima Shad the Kukubiyos, the time is pressing even more. Daik the Masha Tinokas Yano me. It's not that just little kids were answering. I mean, it's from the Prima Gadam. Oh yes, Mino Leachot Shefari Spalo, just prepare someone who's already davened. Shiano me Mishan Shemain. It's from the okay. In Absalom accounts that's easy for them to do. Im lav not in hafid al zeklal, you shouldn't be makar at this at all. This from the Maimon Mordechai. Lo dami the mashkos of Siftal is not similar with certain Siftal. It's from the Vaman Abram. The im ancient teacher my family with the bracha of the Shleil. There's not 9 people attending, but there's the bracha of the Shleil people who carve the bracha of the Torah. It's close to the bracha of the Torah. Shani Yosem Shigvar is followed Hamach Tzalach. There's different because the Shleil people is already done one time quietly. Makabe not the rak which will come to Chazal, and he's intending now just because of the Khan of Chazal. Mashen came with that should mispell Pamshem Pamach rak Pamach, not true, this is just praying one time, so then it's fine. Shliach Sim B'Shinech, that's the Shliach Sim which came in, see the Beralacha. Mitzim is opposed to Mash and the Zer, then Arigam B'Shach, the stammers from the post to Mitzim is this talking to Shachars. Avogam Dal Yidei Zelu Yuchel Smoke Achakach Ula Tefillah, no after it's not going to be able to put Ula to Tefillah. In local, it's not for him to be concerned about this. The Kol Yisrael Ravens of everyone is, all of Israel is guarantors for each other. Mudol of Lahotia Yidei Chavas and Kedushis place him to be owed to them their Kedush, the obligation of Kedusha. Makantan on the Chazal B'Chazar Shtel Sibur to fill the Quran of Chazal with the repetition of Shtel Sibur. But after you stood cloak, even though you could be Dofek, Homer and say the Indian Shachris, Iris and then it's starting to guard the Shachris that then it's talking about. Shastil Shibur is Paul Kabar in the Tibur that still Tibur already prayed with the Tibur. Ashman asked me told Shmani had to be often been the time and left in between. Achibal Kolu put him has to be lost until he came back. They finished their prayer. Abel Im King Hayalam Lafarish, but if so it was they should have explained it. This is the thing. And I guess he's gonna miss out. Not gonna repeat chakras, and he's gonna miss out the little kid. Shiavas Manfila, if they're afraid that time is gonna pass a prayer. I mentioned Bro B'Shem Prima Gunma, Mission Hashem and Prima Gunma, and yes, I used to have my humble opinions to this. The Bishop mentally has Shiavas Man. The government this makes sense, but mentally telling full time is gonna pass completely. Mutul Dala because I was still Sibur. Better just to skip out the whole Shil Sibur, even the whole Sibur Rakri Kedusha, just be up with the congregation of Kedusha. Al Bashach was a feeling Yaber's mind I have shows, Bashach soon as 4 hours passed, Eventually also with Chazal to Kanas possible Chazal then set uproot the Takanik de Lahot CSP Shaina Bakim Esim Kivat Village Ruad Chatzos. In order to be able to be someone who's not a Baki, the main cleave of prayer, which is until Chatzos. So why not do it like this? That you could say the prayer, everyone be able to do Lachash, and you'll finish within the 4 hours, just like you would if you would do it in a loud voice, loud. It doesn't make a difference. Obviously, you get within 4 hours. And now you can even do Kedusha and repeat the prayer because there's still maybe the Takana for people who missed the time 4 hours. The Lachash al Achal the Kel Kadosh, you say until the Kel Kadosh. I'm Prima Gun, which is Kim, look at the Prima Gun that hits him and agrees. The Lachafila Roy the Tibul is foul in Shil Tibul is proper. The Lachafila is proper for the Shil Tibul to pray with the for the congregation to pray with the Shil Tibul, Mila word for word. Out of after Shemai Tefillah, she keep praying until I am even after Shemai Tefillah. More than after, more than two. V'hem b'lachosh and them quietly. Now Shil Tibul Yom Bakol and Shil Tibul is everything loud. V'hem b'levush Seven race some. Give us some of the seven race some. Give master the sales to be young Mark Philip. Call it Shemat the God still sleep us to say it. The whole prayer with a loud voice. The grab and master rum is lying with some kaftas. If phase on the Bergar was when he begins to say and doesn't look into kaftas of phase. Master Gam can look the summer off, but also master that he holds this way. I'm barely rabbi, Sheikh Shemisham had the hafalak with the early rabbi after they're on here. But all may know them came the world doesn't have his minhag. I'll take off after Kalakolic, rather immediately after Kalakolic, Kam still see with Mispal Lafashim still see with praise quietly. Ulay Tam minhag, perhaps the reason for the minhag is Mishum. The Rom Nogam seem with a hamster not Sam still see, but the majority the the congregation waits until it finishes the sale. Sleep by Kalakadosh. That's the majority. That's what we do the majority of the time. But constantly having the Hasigo Achkach Womer Shemet feels up. It's hard for them afterwards to get to reach him when he gets to Shemet. Feel more than B'Shavla equally. Vim came Matawel's yeah Mispal. Look, oh, what does it help if he says it with a loud voice? Meaning the majority of the people, I don't know the robe. Most people have the menung that they wait for until after the Shidduch to finish Gelat Kadosh, and it's hard for them to get to. They will never get. They have to zip through the prayer in order to get to them to Shemet Feel and hold them at the same time. So therefore, what's the point of saying it loud?